Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Beast Like Bentley. On today's episode, we're going to be going over how to choose the right vet for your pet. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Since today is a rainy afternoon, we decided to stay inside and talk about what to look out for when choosing the right vet.
The first step in choosing the right vet for your pet is recommendations from friends. So some of you have friends and family who have sent their pets to the vet and they've had various different types of experiences with the vet. They will definitely be able to share with you what their experiences were, whether it's good, whether it's bad, and these are considerations for you in choosing the right vet.
Because it's just like looking for a good restaurant or a place to take your car. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna look to see their reviews, and if they have really bad reviews and they're consistent, then you definitely don't want to take your animal there. It's your family. So same thing if you're going to the hospital, you're gonna go all off of reputation, right? So the next thing to consider when choosing the right vet would be the cleanliness. For me, just being military, if it looks good, feels good, smells good, then it most likely is a good place to be. So what we look for when we go to vets here is when the first thing we do is when we look in, when we walk inside, is the floor clean? Are they cleaning the cages? Is the operating table or just the general area where you're seeing the vet and you put your dog up on the table? Is that clean? Is it dirty from the previous animal that was there? And because the reason is there's so many different animals that are coming in for so many different reasons, whether it's a virus, infection, some sort of disease, and the last thing that you want is having that carried into your animal. So just like what we're going through right now with the pandemic, every surface is being cleaned around the clock in order to prevent stuff like that. So if you're taking your animal into a vet and it's dirty, then you probably don't want to go there because they're gonna pick something up.
Yeah.
And we can't even tell you how many times we've taken Bentley to a vet. We're just sitting there waiting, and then now we see some creepy crawly ticks walking along. Now we understand that if you're bringing your pet, if your pet has a flea or tick problem and you don't know what to do, you bring them to the vet and then maybe they might have fallen off, in the vet, then okay, but is the vet treating their business for flea and ticks in order to prevent those flea and ticks to survive and come home with you? Because that's the last thing that you want.
Yeah, because there are treatments out there that you can put for the vicinity, for the area, to prevent ticks and fleas to be able to breed, to be able to survive. So that is something definitely that even our dog parks here do. That's something that like daycare places for pets and dogs, they do. So vets, if they do that, then great. If they don't, then it's definitely something for you to consider if you still want to bring your pet there, with the risk of getting your pet infected by God knows what.
Now coming in at number 3, which I think is the most important thing to consider when choosing the right vet, is their professionalism. Are they knowledgeable? Are they just guessing and not assessing? That's a huge issue with us, is we don't want to take Bentley to the vet and then have them just go, well, I think it could be this, I don't know, so we're just gonna give you some drugs and just let us know how it goes in 24 hours.
Yeah.
We don't like that. We want the vet to actually find out what the main cause is. That way we're not, continuing to injure him in any way.
Yeah, it's definitely really hard when we're treating animals, because with animals they don't know, they cannot tell you exactly where it is, so you have to look out for signs with them, right? So even for the vet, I'm very sure vets, it's really hard for the vets to know exactly what's going on unless they do intensive blood work or intensive scans just to find out what's going on with your pet. And even so, you want to know that the vet that you're going to will not just simply guess, maybe your cat has this, maybe your dog has that, I don't know, maybe your hamster is just pregnant,
Yes, a lot of this boils down to experience. how much experience do they have as a vet? Are they treating a lot of animals on a daily basis? So that helps with recognizing the signs in order to treat your animal properly.
Yeah, and that ties into whether your vet genuinely cares for animals. There are vets out there, and we're not going to lie about this, but there are vets out there who are just like, yeah, okay, your dog's dying. It is what it is, because they might be so numb to the fact that animals come and go, animals die, animals live. But there are also really good vets out there that genuinely cares about animals.
And you can definitely tell when you're talking to them and just how they're interacting with your pet.
Yes, that's for sure. And next thing I want to talk about is whether they have aftercare services. There are vets out there where they have great aftercare services. They will be in touch with you. They allow you to contact them whenever you need to, whether there's some emergency or not. Or there are also vets out there who would want you to adhere to their specific hours of operation. So you can only contact me from 11 to 4 p.m. kind of thing. So that's something for you to consider as well.
Yeah, it's your preference. I know for her, she likes to be able to text one of the vets here and say, show a picture, like, hey, this is what's happening to Loki or Bentley right now. This is what his stool looked like. Can you give us any guidance of what it could be? Do we need to come in? Because the last thing you want to do is waste your trip to go all the way to the vet, sit there, wait, and then be charged several $100s for nothing, that they could have just answered, through a message.
Yeah, and even for Loki's sake, because some of you know that he just went through the operation, and the vet that we went with this time, they are actually very accessible through phone, and I could just show them, hey, this is what's going on with him. Is that okay? Is that not? If we need to bring Loki in, they would just let me know, hey, could you bring him in? Which we will. Or if they go, okay, do you have this medication, that medication? In that case, do this, and then we'll monitor throughout the few days, and then we'll see what happens. So that's the kind of vet that we have here as well.
Just to touch up on cleanliness some more, because I'm a huge stickler on keeping things clean, especially now with COVID and everything. When we took Loki to the vet when he first got injured, when he came back, there was only one vet that could see him in such short notice. And after he did the whole, they shaved him and cleaned him, when we got him back, they also shaved his stomach as well. And then a day later, we noticed he got ringworm. Now we know that he didn't get it from our house, and so it had to have came from the vet and possibly where they're holding him for the time being. And so if the vet is willing to show you in the back where they're going to be holding your animal and stuff like that, by all means, go and inspect it. Make sure that it's a great place, a good condition for your dog. Bye, Bentley. Bentley's being a little antisocial. And lastly, price. Pricing is a huge factor when choosing which vet to go to. Do their services justify the price that they're charging you? The last thing you want to do is take your dog to the vet for a simple checkup, and then you look at the bill and it's $500, and you're like, why? You didn't do anything. So that's a big factor too. We go to several vets here where they list everything in the bills and say, well, this is why this charges this and that, and we're like, okay, yeah, that's justifiable very well. So make sure you do your research, find out ahead of time how much things cost, and then when you're searching for maybe vaccines like the 9-in-1, you're looking for certain medications, stuff like that, contact multiple vets to see what price point they're charging, because they do charge differently.
Yeah, just a real story. I just remembered one of our friends brought her Husky to the vet because her Husky wasn't eating, and she was wondering what's going on. All the vet told her was, your Husky's bored with the food. But her bill was not cheap either. So she was telling me about it, and she's like, I paid this much just for the vet to tell me that my dog got bored with his food.
Exactly. So choosing the right vet can be difficult, and there might be a few trial and errors, but just do your research ahead of time. Look on Facebook, look for some recommendations, look at the reviews, ask some friends who have pets, who have taken their pets to a vet locally, and then ask about the prices. And then, like I said, always check the cleanliness of the place.
And on top of all of that, you can definitely play a role in letting other people know how your experiences have been with the vet. You can write reviews, recommendations on their website, on their Facebook page, or wherever it is, just to let other people know how your experiences have been with the vet.
It helps a lot.
Yes.
So, all right, guys, that's our video for today. Hope you guys learned something, and hopefully you can apply some of this when choosing the next time you have to go to the vet. We'll see you again on another episode of Beast Like Bentley. Peace.